Mechanism of concentration of urine, that one's explanation. How the urine gets concentrated. Now, in mammals always produce concentrated urine. And for this reason, Henle's loop and vasa recta plays an important role. And this takes place through counter current system. So if this is the Henle's loop area, this is the Henle's loop area. The upper parts of the Henle's loop, some areas, they will come in the kidney cortex, whereas the lower parts will fall under medulla part. So it was seen that the cortex area, the osmolarity was less, say 300 milliosmol per liter, and whereas a medulla, the osmolarity is higher, around 1200 milliosmol per liter. The reason how this happens is it is due to one is the Henle's loop. Henle's loop's two limbs are there. This is the descending part of Henle's loop, and this is the ascending limb of Henle. And then the vasa recta. The vasa recta, this would be the descending limb, and when it goes upwards, it will be the ascending limb. Collecting duct also helps in the process. This is the collecting duct. The osmolarity of the medulla area has increased, and that's the reason how water comes out of these tubules. This osmolarity is increasing due to the presence of urea and sodium chloride in the medulla. How this takes place is when the filtrate passes through the descending limb, this is the beginning, when the filtrate passes through the descending limb of Henle's loop, as they pass, the permeability of descending limb is towards water. So the water will move outside. Here the water can move outside, but these electrolytes are not permitted to move outside. And when the water, so here the filtrate will be concentrated as water has removed and it has come towards the interstitium. As the filtrate moves upwards towards the ascending limb of Henle's loop, here the sodium chloride moves outside or the electrolytes move outside. This sodium chloride will enter into the descending limb of vasa recta, and whatever sodium chloride is present in the descending limb of vasa recta, they will move through these blood. They will move through these blood and they will reach the ascending limb of vasa recta. As they move through the ascending limb of vasa recta, the sodium chloride will come out into the interstitium. So from vasa recta, ascending limb of vasa recta, they move towards the interstitium. This is vasa recta. So this could be the reason that sodium chloride is there in the interstitium here. It's because of this kind of counter current system. And since sodium chloride is present here, the water will get attracted. They move towards the sodium chloride. Now about the urea. The collecting duct removes urea. Collecting duct removes urea towards the medullary interstitium. Urea also enters first the descending limb of vasa recta, and then the urea passes through the vasa recta and they will come into the ascending limb of the vasa recta. And from the ascending limb of vasa recta, the urea also moves into the medulla part. Not here, it will move towards the medulla part. The medulla part it will move. So that is how the urea as well as the sodium chloride concentration in the medullary interstitium increases. Now when there is more urea and sodium chloride in the medulla interstitium, the tendency of water to come out from the collecting duct is more, because here the osmolarity is more, so the water will come out due to diffusion. So water will move out of the collecting duct. Water will also move out of the descending limb of Henle's loop. Because of these two reasons, that is because of presence of urea and because of presence of sodium chloride here in the medulla interstitial space. So this is how concentrated urine is produced. So this is how the concentrated urine is produced in mammals. So two reasons are there: because of the countercurrent system of vasa recta and Henle's loop, and it's because of the countercurrent system that the sodium chloride concentration and urea concentration has increased in the medulla tissues or medulla interstitial space. Since the salt concentration is high, the movement of water towards the tissues will take place, and so the final filtrate will become concentrated, and that's how the urine becomes concentrated.